The West Virginia State Police, this is their special response team. They are now facing scrutiny after some of its members shot an unarmed black man sleeping on a couch while serving an arrest warrant. Troopers shot 22-year-old Darius Lester on March 10th in Big Sandy, West Virginia. However, according to Lester's attorney, John Bryan, law enforcement's account of what happened is contradicting the actual evidence from the crime scene. I'm going to give you the background. The shooting happened around 5:45 a.m. This was at 1536 Loop 7 Highway. Lester was not the subject of the search warrant. And worse yet, the West Virginia State Police claimed in the police report that he attacked SRT members with a hammer. Upon entry, members were confronted by Darius Lester, 22 of Big Sandy, who was armed and attempted to attack the members with a hammer, read the police report. Members engaged the suspect and shots were fired, stopping the threat. That's on the police report. According to WVVA News, the outlet immediately received an outpouring of messages alleging that Lester was sleeping when he was shot, and the police lied about him attacking them with a hammer. Photograph evidence of the bloody couch seems to confirm Lester was lying on the couch when he was shot. He was later then taken to Raleigh General Hospital for treatment of 2 gunshot wounds in the chest and then charged with a felony. Once again, the subject of their warrant. Here is an exterior photo. The exterior photo where the shooting took place inside of the home Jeremy Lester, Darius's uncle, was staying. If you look at the house where they actually encountered him, they had to walk quite a ways from the door into the kitchen and take a right sort of around a blind corner to where they encountered him, said Bryan. I don't have any doubt they surprised him on that couch. The photographs of the bloodstains show where the violence occurred, right on the bed/couch, which Darius had been sleeping. Let's put up these other pictures from the scene. This crime scene photo shows how far the front door is, right from where Lester was sleeping on the couch, which is on the left. It is around the corner from the door where the troopers entered, further shattering their accounts of the incident. There's more. Lester works as a coal truck driver. Just gotten off his shift before he fell asleep on his uncle's couch around 4 a.m. He has no criminal record, nor does his uncle, Jeremy Lester, for whom the search warrant was executed. The police were reportedly serving a search warrant alleging Jeremy Lester downloaded and was in possession of child pornography. Bryan also implied the West Virginia State Police have corruption problems and noted on an ongoing investigation prompted by a whistleblower. Some of the allegations include the misuse of federal and state funds, secret unauthorized personnel purchases and fraud. Bryan also suggested that the nature of the search warrant would ensure nobody would care what happened during the search. Did you hear that? That the nature of the search warrant would ensure that no one would care what happened during the search. WVVA News contacted the West Virginia State Police SRT department, that's their special response team, to question if the unit was wearing body cameras. The man they spoke with would not give us his name and said he did not know if SRT wears body cameras. Lester is scheduled to appear in court March 30 felony charges. His mother, Holly Klein, said that she wants justice for her son. We're going to follow this story very closely. Very closely. I think there's more to it than what is being expressed so far. Even though what we have is a lot, and naturally all of the actual evidence contradicts the police report. We see that clearly. Forensics says different than the police report. The man who is living now that could be dead says different than the police report. What if? Now this is circumstantial. What if They already made up in their mind what they were going to do when they went inside of that home. What if they believed that the young man they shot was the person who was the target of the investigation? That means they went in with premeditated murder, malice on their minds. That's what it means. Now, we're at a place in policing, ladies and gentlemen, we can no longer act as if we are naive to the reality that some cops will operate this way. Groups of police officers will operate this way. We are no longer innocent. We know exactly what they're capable of. We know exactly what they have already done in this country. East Cleveland Police, 1/3 of their entire police force indicted. And one of the complaints from a member of their city council was, well, we don't have enough police officers on the street. I would prefer to have 20 good cops than 1,000 bad ones. What you're dealing with is a systemic issue where items are not connected. These police departments are not connected, but the cultures are. The culture is connected. All right, Rick, thoughts here.
So something that I've seen that I think is a positive, although we are nowhere near the finish line, is when different outlets will report on situations such as these, and they will print the police statement without what they are alleging or corrections on said allegations. That's something that I would obviously like to see changed, because when researching a lot of these stories, they will print the police statement, but they won't state what was inaccurate about it or how it was blasphemous. You can go to what was the biggest moment in the year of 2020 when it came to policing. It was George Floyd. What was the initial police statement? It had nothing to do with strangulation.
That's right.
And it had everything to do with blaming it on George Floyd. So what I question is, where is the body cam? The police are so quick and steadfast to come out and say, no, we absolve ourselves because look at the video. And yet every time that there is a question, we don't get it. I think people are starting to become more and more aware of this, but I don't know how many more instances it's gonna take. And what I will say is this: The Intercept had a report where they showed through their own journalism that a lot of these members of law enforcement and local precincts were affiliated with white supremacist organizations. There is a bias there. And I end with this. The one thing that needs to be eradicated is qualified immunity.
Yes.
And or these officers and their police unions paying the settlements and not the taxpayers, because then I believe you will see real change.
Yeah, even if you simply have cops get their own malpractice insurance, you will see a massive change.
Yep.
If communities can simply start enforcing laws that cops have to enforce themselves, if a city council or a mayor has the wherewithal to hold them accountable, you see things change quickly then too.